Hi everyone, Alison here from Keithley Healthy Living. Welcome to our Wednesday afternoon Rethinking Pain Movement Masters session. So this afternoon's session is going to consist of a sample of our seated strength training program that we do at Keithley Healthy Living. So you're going to need two pieces of equipment this afternoon. One is a yoga block. If you haven't got a yoga block, you can use a cushion. The other is an exercise band. If you haven't got an exercise band, then a scarf or something like a scarf will do. You will also need a chair because the majority of the workout today is going to be seated. We will do a little bit of standing exercise, a little bit of standing stretching towards the end. So if you're ready, just check the area around you is free from any hazards, nothing to trip or fall over, nothing sharp into. You need to be wearing comfortable clothes and something on your feet like pumps or trainers to stop you from slipping and protect your feet. Before you participate today, you need to be feeling fit and well, free from any medical conditions, illness or injury. So let's go over to the chair and we are going to start with our mobility and warm-up exercises. So okay, if you just check your posture to start with, so checking that your feet are flat on the floor and we're at a 90-degree angle between our legs and our thighs and our thighs and our body. So I'm just going to start by marching it through. Back tall, tummy in tight, and we're going to try and get that heart rate up and going. Marching through, let's push those heels forward. So we're going to push 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to a march. Let's try and get us warmed up this afternoon. And then we're just going to shoulder shrug the right shoulder. So lift it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the other side up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now just let's circle round for 4, 2, 3, and 4. Leading from the elbow, circle round on the other side, keeping those hips facing forwards, looking forwards. And then with the head, we're just going to look to the right and centre, left and centre, right and centre, left and centre. Glancing up and looking down, glancing up and looking down, and then marching those feet through. Push those heels forward again, nice and controlled. Palms forward at the same time, moving our upper body as well. Getting us nicely warmed up for the session today. Don't forget you can like the page or comment in the box to let me know that you're joining me this afternoon. Always good to hear from you, and any comments and suggestions that you may have are always welcomed. And then we're just going to go to a knee lift now. So we're lifting it up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Up. 2, 3, 4. Take it to a hamstring curl. Heel forwards and back. Curling it up and back. And then over to the other side, curling it forwards and back. Hips are facing forwards. And march through. Hopefully we're all okay. March those feet through. Let's push forwards again with the heels. And we're going to warm up the heels and ankles next. So we're just going to take the heel into floor and tip of the toe to the floor, and you can do a bicep curl as you do that as well. Heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. Twice more this side. And then over to the other side. So we're going to play heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. Head looking forwards. Back tall, tummy tight. And last one. March through with the feet, and we're going to take those feet wide, and then we're going to take them narrow, take them wide, and take them narrow. 2 more of these, wide and narrow, wide and narrow, and one more. Relax it here. Take the hands in front, and we're just going to turn to the side and centre, keeping our hips facing forwards, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in nice and tight. So we're just turning from the sides, warming up through the waistline. And then over to the other side, taking the hands down by the sides now, and we're just tilting over to the right and centre, left and centre, right and centre, left and centre. Nicely working it through each side. One more. Let's take those heels forward again, and hopefully we're a little bit more warmed up now and ready for our movement. Okay, so we're going to start by taking hold of the block. I'm going to hover the block over my knees, okay? I'm going to try and keep it there over my knees if I can. Elbows up and out to the side. So we're going to take the body backwards. So you should have a little bit of a gap between yourself and the chair at the back. So we're just going to lean back for 2, and use the tummy muscles to pull us up for 2. Back for 2, and pull us up for 2. Again, you can use a cushion instead of a yoga block if you don't have a yoga block. Or if you prefer, you can just do it without the block. You don't have to use a block. So we're just going back for 2, and up for 2, back for 2, and up for 2, back for 2, and up for 2. Nice and controlled. And last one. Rest it there. We're going to take that yoga block back now, and we're going to take it back down to the side. So we're thinking about working through the sides of the body. Back and lift up, back and lift up, back and lift up, back and lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Over to the other side. Back and lift up, back and lift up, back and lift up, back and lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Hover the block over the knees again. So this time we're going to go back, and we're going to lift up and pull up through the pelvic floor as we do that. So taking it back, right up there. So a little pelvic squeeze as we lift. Back and squeeze up. Squeeze up. Nice and controlled. Back and lift up. Back and lift up. Back and lift up. Back and lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now taking that block into the centre, we're just going to turn to the right for 8, and then we're going to do the left for 8. So side and centre. Keep those hips facing forwards. We're just turning from the waist. Any osteoporosis issues or brittle bone issues, just turn to the corner and no further. Final 2, and then over to the other side, and we'll do 8 here. Side and centre. Remember again, any osteoporosis issues, brittle bone issues, you're just turning to the corner. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that same movement again, but we're going to take the block further away this time. If you prefer to keep it pulled in, that's absolutely fine. Choose your level. We're going to push the front block forward. Everyone's different. So we're just going to go to the corner and back to centre. Corner and back to centre. So you should be feeling this here down the sides of your body. Side and centre, side and centre. Keeping that back nice and tall, and that tummy pulled in nice and tightly. Side and centre, side and centre. 1 more each side, and relax it there. place the block between the thighs now, and we're going to squeeze onto that block. So we're going to just squeeze and release. So let's go for that. Breathe in as you squeeze in, breathe out as you squeeze out. So squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Keep it going. So squeezing the thighs onto that block. So by doing this, we're working the inner thighs and we're working that pelvic floor muscle as well, which is good for us. Helps prevent incontinence issues. Also helps if you've had prostate issues. So it's quite a good exercise to keep doing this. I say if you don't have the yoga block, you can use a cushion to squeeze onto. 4, 3, 2, 1. When we're thinking about squeezing in, we're thinking about squeezing up from our inside. So imagine that you're trying to pull your insides up through floors like an escalator moves up through the floors. That's what we're aiming to do. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze in and we're going to hold. When we squeeze in and hold, we're holding the block, we're not holding the breath. So if you feel tempted to hold your breath, count out loud with me, because if you're counting, you can't hold your breath, believe me. Okay, so we're just going to squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we squeeze and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. So we're really squeezing in through those insides. Let's do that again. 4 little squeezes and then 8 hold squeezes. So squeeze, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, hold. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. Again, squeeze, 2, 3, and 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. One last time, squeeze, 2, 3, and 4, hold in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. By now you will have definitely worked your inner thighs and your pelvic floor. We're going to just put the block between the calves and we're going to do a very similar little squeeze, which, yes, will still work the pelvic floor, yes, will still work the inner thighs, but you will also feel it on your outer thighs in this position. So we're just going to squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Again, squeezing through that pelvic floor, just little squeezes. And then we're just going to squeeze and hold for 4 here. So we're going to squeeze and hold, 2, 3, and 4. Again, squeeze, hold, 2, 3, and 4. Last one, hold, 2, 3, and 4, and release. Okay, we're going to place the block to one side now, and we're going to switch over to using the bands. Okay, so bands come in various different thicknesses, various different colours. Whatever thickness of band you're using, you can make that band harder by having less band and easier by having more band. So if you place the band between your finger and your thumb, and if you want to make it harder, you can tighten it up. If you want to make it easier, you can slacken it off. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do something for the arms. We're going to work up the arms here. So I'm just going to take my body weight over my bent leg here, and the other leg is out to the side to support me, and I'm going to lift up with an upright row. So I'm thinking about working the tops of the arms here. Elbows out to the side, lift and down. Head looking forwards. And this one should help strengthen your arms. So if you've got heavy shopping bags to carry back from somewhere, this will help strengthen those arms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to do a similar exercise now, but we're going to curl the hands towards the shoulders. So we're going to do bicep curls. Take the elbows in towards the body, and we're just going to curl up. You might need to slacken your band off slightly this one, because it's a bit of a tougher exercise. So we're just curling in and down. The band helps you move through gravity slower, so you do really feel it on those arms, and I can definitely feel it on my biceps here. Curl in, and last one, release. Okay, lifting the foot off the floor from this position, we're going to just point and flex, and point and flex, and this is a great ankle strengthener. Point and flex. You might want to just make that band a little tighter for this one. Point and flex and point and flex. Let's do 2 more here. And then we're just going to circle that foot round, working through the ankle. Nice and controlled. And then we're going to go back the other way, through the ankle. And release it down. Placing the other foot onto the band, we're going to do the same at the other side. So first of all, we're going to just lift that foot. I'm going to point and flex and point and flex. We're doing it the other way around this time. Point and flex and point and flex. Nice and controlled, strengthening through the ankle. Heel pushes away. And then we're going to circle it round in the same way. And the other way. And relax down. Take the elbows out to the side, foot out to the side for support, and we're going to lift and pull it up. So lift and down. Hips facing forwards, back tall, tummy in nice and tight. Feeling it on the top of the arms. Remember, this is the second set because we do work both arms equally with these exercises. So when we did it on the other side, we were working the arms equally. So if you feel that you need to rest with these because they're quite hard now, that's absolutely fine. You can do that. And rest there. Bringing the elbows in towards the body, we're going to take the palms up towards the shoulders. So just going to curl it up and back. Head looking forwards. Up and back, elbows in. All okay with that? Nice and controlled. Again, we have already worked these on the other side. It works both equally, so if you want to just rest this one out, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you feel comfortable with within your own capabilities. And last one there. Okay, rest down. Let's take the band and we're just going to wrap the band around the thighs. Okay, you can tie it in a knot, you can tie it in a bow. Okay, right, what we're going to do here is just take the leg out to the side, so we're working through the outer thigh. So we're going to take it out and bring it in. So it goes out to the side and back in again. So we're working those outer thighs as we do that. So we worked the inner thighs a lot when we were squeezing onto that block. So we're just going to give these outer thighs a workout too. 2 more here. And last one. Over to the other side. Out and bring it in. Hips facing forwards, working through those outer thighs. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax it there. I'm going to undo my band now. I will need my band again later. I'm going to slowly now come into a standing position. And we're going to position ourselves behind the chair. I can put my block to one side now because I'm not going to need that again today. So positioning myself behind the chair. The exercises that we're going to do now are about strengthening the legs and about strengthening through the calves and the ankles. So what we're going to do is just hold on to the back of the chair. I'm about elbow distance away from the chair. Okay, I'm just going to rise onto my toes and then lower my heels back down to the floor. So I'm working through the backs of the calves. Just lifting and lowering. So this really helps with our balance and stability because it looks at us strengthening our ankles. It helps us strengthen the ankles. So we're just going to pulse this down now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Checking that our feet are firmly on the floor. I'm just going to take the feet back a little bit. My body weight's forward now onto the chair because I'm going to do that to protect my knees. What I'm going to do here is push my bottom back, squat, and to pull up. Now if I press my pelvis forward as I do that, I also get a pelvic floor exercise in there. So we're going to aim for that. So push your bottom back and lift up. So again, this is strengthening through the bottom and the thighs, which is good for helping us get in and out of chairs, in and out of the car, and we can also get a bit of pelvic floor added benefit in there as well. Down and lift up, down and lift up. Keep it going. 2 more. And last one. By having our body weight forwards onto the chair, it helps protect the knees. Okay, we're going to rise up onto those toes again. Second set, working those calves. So rising onto the toes and down. Again, body weight slightly forwards. Try and spread your toes out so all the toes are on the floor because that helps with our balance. Lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay. Next movement, we're going to take the feet out to the side. So we're just going to lead from the outer thigh and take that leg out and bring it back in. The standing knee is slightly soft and we're leading with the heel. So the standing leg is doing the weight bearing and the other leg's just lifting gently out and gently in. 2 more here. And last one, let's switch over to the other side. So now the standing leg becomes the weight bearer and we're taking it out to the side and in. Gentle movement with that leg to the side, working through the outer thigh and giving the opportunity for the other leg to be the weight bearer. 2 more like this. And last one. Okay, keeping those feet facing forward again, we're going to push the bottom back, body weight forwards onto the chair to protect the knees. So we're squatting back and pulling up. Squat back, pull up. So really push that bottom back and pull up through those pelvic floor. Press the pelvis forwards. Use your body weight forwards to protect your knees into the chair. Push down into the chair to protect your knees. And last one. Let's do with an inner thigh now. So we're just going to take the foot forwards and just lift. So as if we're kicking a football from the instep just across the body, just in front of the other leg to work that inner thigh. And again, the standing legs doing the weight bearing. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Switching sides. So we're doing the same movement on the other side, just taking it in front of the other leg, like we're kicking a football in front of the body. 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Feet facing forwards. And our final weight bearing exercise, we're just going to take the right foot back and we're just going to push the leg back as if we are pushing away with our facing the footprint on the back wall with the sole of our foot. So squeezing the bottom as we do that. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Over to the other side. Push it back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. While we're stood in this position, we're just going to take the right foot back and curl the heel in towards the bottom and down again. So we're working through the hamstring. So this is a good mobility exercise. Always good to keep those hamstrings moving. Keep the messages going to your brain. 2 more. And last one, relax there, over to the other side. So we did 8 on that side, so we're going to do 8 on this side. Heel towards the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Just give your legs and arms a shake, because we worked pretty hard there. We're going to stretch all the muscles we've used out. So we're going to start with some standing stretches, holding onto the back of the chair. So first of all, we're going to use this band, and we're going to wrap the band around the calf. So again, if you haven't got a band, you can use a scarf instead, and we're just going to pick up that leg using that band. So we're feeling a stretch through the front of the thigh. Use your chair to hold on to if you need to. Feel that lovely stretch through the front of the thigh. Okay, you can release the band now. And that leg that you've just stretched, you're going to take it behind you. The front knee is bent, and the back leg, the one that you've just stretched, is straight out at the back. So you're stretching through your calf. We're going to lift the heel of the back leg up off the floor now, so we get a stretch here in the hip flexor. Bring the back leg in so the toe is opposite the heel, and sit down on the back calf. Body weight's over the back leg, tap the front toe. And release it there. That leg that you've just been tapping, that's the one you're going to wrap your band around this time. And we're going to pick it up off the floor, using the chair to hold on to if we need it. Feel the stretch through the front of the thigh. That leg that's got the band on it, we're going to take it all the way to the back. Release the band, lunge onto the front knee. Both heels are pressed firmly into the floor. And we're feeling a really nice stretch in that back calf. And now we're going to bring that back leg, the heel of the back leg, up off the floor so we get a stretch here in the hip flexor. And then we're just going to bring the back leg into the toes opposite the heel and sit down on that back calf. From this position, we're just going to tap the front toes, making sure the body weight is over the back leg. And release it there. Okay, the remainder of our stretches we're going to do seated. I'm just going to put the band to one side, and we're going to be sitting down on our chair. Once again, we return to the chair. We need to have both feet flat on the floor, and we need that 90-degree angle. So I'm going to pull that knee in towards my chest, holding it here. Let's just circle around with the feet as we do that, and then back the other way. So the stretching helps our flexibility and helps to prevent injury, so it's important that we do it at the end. Point the toes, feel a nice stretch through the front of the leg, and then flex the foot so we get the stretch along the back leg, and then we're going to lower that leg to the floor. Hands on the bent leg, feel the stretch all the way up through the hamstring. And release there. We're going to place the heel of this leg now onto the calf. Feel a stretch through the outer thigh. If you have any hip replacements or you have hip issues, you can just leave that foot there. Those of you that want to stretch a bit further can lift it up onto the thigh and lean forward so we get a nice stretch all the way from the bottom of the back along the outer thigh. And release there. Now taking that knee over the other leg. Place a hand on the knee and look over your shoulder. If you've got your foot here, you can just place your hand to the side of your knee there. You'll feel a stretch in the sides in just the same way. Switch sides now with the arms. So we've got the same knee and elbow together. Looking over your shoulder, again feeling that stretch through the sides of your body. That leg that you've got hold of, we're going to take it out to the side, bring the body weight forwards, and we get a nice stretch here in the inner thigh. Switch sides now, so the other leg is out to the side, body weight forwards, feel that stretch in the inner thigh. That leg that's out to the side is going to be the one that we now bring into the centre. And we're just going to circle those toes around as we do everything we've just done over on the other side. And then we're just circling it back. Point the toe forward. Flex the foot, feeling that nice stretch through the hamstring. And then lowering the foot down to the floor, hands on the bent leg, lean forwards. Feel that lovely stretch through that hamstring. Lifting that heel up and placing it onto the calf. Feeling the stretch through the outer thigh, leave it there. If you've got any hip issues or you've had a hip replacement, you might want to leave it there. If you want to take that stretch a little bit further, pick up that foot, put it onto the thigh. Feel the stretch through the outer thigh. And then we're just going to take the knee over the other leg as we did with the other side. Opposite elbow to knee and looking over your shoulder. If you've got your foot on the calf, it will look a bit more like this. And then we're just going to switch sides now. So we've got the same knee and elbow together, looking over the shoulder. And returning the feet back to the centre. We're just going to place the right hand between the shoulder blades and the left hand over the top, or pushing from the front. If you can only get it to there, that's absolutely fine. Repeat on the other side, between the shoulder blades and over or pushing from the front. Now the hand that's on the arm, we're going to take that to the side of the head and reach the other hand to the side, feeling a stretch along the neckline. Careful not to pull on your neck. And repeat over to the other side. That hand that's outside now is going to be brought in front. Show me the palm, hold between the joints and look over your shoulder. Relax the arm down. Same on the other side, hand up, between and over. Bringing both hands forward, we're just going to interlace the fingers and push away. Feeling a nice stretch through the upper back. And then as I wiggle my toes, I'm lifting my hands up so that I'm stretching through the tummy muscles, but the blood flow is still going around my body because my feet are moving. And then I'm just going to take the hands into the small of the back and press the chest forwards, feeling a stretch through the front of the chest. We're going to reach that hand across the body now towards the corner, feeling a stretch through the side of the body. Releasing it there and over to the other side. Now placing the hands on the thighs, pull the tummy in and round the lower back, so we get a really nice lower back stretch here. Head in line with the spine, pull your tummy in and release. Come up to a sitting position and just roll your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in and release it down. One more time, deep breath and release it down. Give the hands a shake and give the legs a shake and give yourself a well-deserved clap. Well done. Thank you for joining me for this afternoon's Movement Matters session. Don't forget to let me know that you've joined me by liking the page and commenting in the box. If you live in the Craven or Bradford area and you'd like to be signed up to our Rethinking Pain programme, please contact your GP. Don't forget the videos are left on the Facebook page for catch-up, so you can watch them on demand whenever you like. You can also find further videos on our Rethinking Pain and Keeping Healthy Living YouTube channels. Hope to see you again next Wednesday. Take care. See you soon. Bye.